Jen, and I'm back again with another video. This is part 2 to the Gardein meats, and we're going to review the other 4. So right here we have the meatless meatballs. First off the bat, I want to say that normally we get our meatballs from Aldi and we buy the Earth-Grown brand. So I really enjoy their meatballs, and I could not help but compare the two. So off the bat, I want to say that these meatballs are gigantic. They're really, really big. The serving size is 3 meatballs. There's 4 servings per container, and there's 14 grams in every serving. 14 grams of protein in every serving. So we of course decided that we were going to make spaghetti with the meatballs, which is one of the recommendations on the back of the bag. Now I wanted to show you guys what the meatballs look like. Like I said, they are absolutely huge. That's only 2 in Joe's hand, and they really do fill up his hand. If you guys don't believe me, please look at the comparison to Gardein meatballs versus the Earth-Grown meatballs that we normally buy. So when I tell you these things are huge, they are huge. One thing I noticed is that they produce their own grease. We put them in the air fryer and they actually greased up on their own. That's how we cook them, and I thought that was pretty cool. All in all, I would say I still like the Earth-Grown better. These meatballs, they did taste a little wheaty and floury for some reason, so I will give these meatballs a 7 out of 10. I really, really enjoy the Earth-Grown, and I cannot see myself switching to this brand, just to be honest. But yeah, that's my review on the meatballs. So now let's go on to the teriyaki chicken strips. Now this is what I said my friend BJ, he likes to use these and just make his own chicken strips. This is what I was talking about. When he uses them, he'll make his own chicken strips, but I wanted to follow the recipe on the back, so we did the teriyaki chicken with rice, and you get 14 grams of protein per serving of this, and there are 3 servings per container. All of Gardein products seem to only have about 3 or 4 servings per container, so that's another thing that you should keep in mind when purchasing their products. You may have to purchase double bags depending on how large your family is. I wanted to give you guys a close-up on the chicken and on how it is cooked. First, you cook it in the pan by itself with a little bit of oil, and then after it's cooked all the way through, really heated all the way through, because it's vegan, it is already cooked. So once it's heated all the way through, then you're gonna go on ahead and add your teriyaki sauce, and that meal is pretty much done. Tasting this, it was so chicken-like, it freaked me out. Like, it was very similar to chicken. The pull apart was similar to chicken. It definitely did taste or have the mouthfeel of the chicken piccata. So I will give this a 10 out of 10 in terms of this meal. I really did enjoy it. It freaked me out though, so I couldn't really finish my dinner because it did taste so much like chicken that I was kind of afraid to eat it. But I do recommend this product. I will give it a 10 out of 10, like I said. But I still, I'll give it a 9.5 out of 10 because I still really, really like the chicken scallopini. Those were my favorite, and I wanted to give you guys a close-up on what it looked like on the inside, if my camera will ever focus, and it should focus in a second. There we go. So now you can see what it looks like on the inside. It does have that chicken mouthfeel, and it was really, really yummy. I think Gardein does a good job with adding the texture. Even with the meatballs, even though they were a 7 out of 10, they really did have the texture of real meatballs. The only thing I did not like with the meatballs were how floury they were. But in terms of this teriyaki chicken, I do recommend it. I'll give it a 9.5 out of 10. And the sauce came with the package, so that is also nice. It's a very easy and simple dish to make. So now let's move on to the Sweet and sour porkless bites. Now this is what I was most excited to try, because I have not had pork in ages, and I was super duper hyped to get a pork feel again. So I did want to follow the instructions on the back and make the takeout pork dinner with the pineapples and all of that stuff in it, and we decided to have that with some green beans. So with the green beans, I just cooked them with a little bit of oil and seasonings and sauteed them in a pan. With the pork, there's a very specific recipe that says that you kind of cook everything separately and then you cook it all together afterwards. So I cooked the entire pan of the pork, and that is all of it. That's the entire bag right there. So definitely, if you're making this for a family of 4, you may need to purchase 2 bags of the pork, but for me and Joe, this is definitely more than enough. The serving size, according to the bag, said 3 servings for this bag, so this is about 3 servings, which it was, because I had some for dinner, Joe had some for dinner, and then he was able to take some for lunch. So it is true to the serving size, because that did last us for 3 servings. So after you cook your pork and you brown your pork, it'll look a little bit like this, and then you can go on ahead and remove it from the pan. Once you remove your pork from the pan, then in the same pan you are going to saute your pineapples. I use fresh pineapples because I love fresh pineapples. There's nothing better than fresh pineapples. You can use the can if you want to, and just make sure that you strain the juice, but that doesn't necessarily guarantee that your pineapple will be sweet. So the recipe calls for you to saute your pork, saute your pineapple, and then after your pineapple is sauteed, then you are going to remove your pineapple and then add your peppers and onions. And then you're going to add everything else back to the pan. So this recipe has a lot of back and forth. You cook your pork, and after you cook your pork, you grill your pineapple. Then after your pineapple is grilled, then you take that out and you saute. You can use the same pan for all of it, which is exactly what I did. And then you have a beautiful product. And what I can say about this pork, according to the mouthfeel and the taste and all of that, is I feel like they did a great job in terms of the smell. Like, it smelled like pork. I was so amazed when I was cooking the pork, when I was when the whole cooking process, it smelled lovely. I was like, oh, this really does smell like some pork. And mind you, it's been 7 years since I did have pork, but my mind, I thought that it was pork-like. So in eating it, I was very disappointed with the actual mouthfeel of it. I thought that they would kind of try to resemble the not the flavor, but the texture of the chicken, but they did not resemble the texture of the chicken. Instead, it kind of was a little, it tastes like what ground up pork would taste like, almost like a burger type of mouthfeel, as opposed to like a strippy pork chunk would have. So I was disappointed in the texture of this product, but in terms of the flavor and the taste, it was yummy. The recipe that they recommend on the back, the flavor profile, the sauce combined with the pineapple and the peppers and the onion was delicious. And I really only ate about 4 pieces of the pork, and the rest I just ate the pineapple and the peppers and the onions and the green beans and the rice. So that's my little bit about this. All in all, I will give the porkless bites a 7 out of 10. I give it a 7 because I feel like they did a good job in terms of trying to recreate the flavor, but the texture was completely off. To me, it tastes like ground beef instead of, or ground up pork instead of the actual meatiness of pork. I would have liked for them to make the texture similar to the chicken that they have, or the quote-unquote chicken that they offer. If they would have used that texture of the chicken and added the flavor that they have in this product to make it taste like pork, they would have been spot on. So Gardein, if y'all can make that happen, I'm gonna need for y'all to get on it and make that happen. All right, now for this, I actually was not home. Joe cooked this all by himself. So he is going to do this voiceover and let you guys know all about this product.
Hello world. I can't believe Jen is making me do the voiceover for this when it's her channel. Though I filmed and cooked this, I really don't want to do a voiceover. But I roasted some potatoes to go with this, nicely seasoned. From there I also cut up some yellow squash and some onions to kind of go in here and saute it. And
now, did you follow the recipe on the back of the bag? Or
no, I made this up myself. And then I made some, I was going to make plain white jasmine rice, and I wanted to kind of switch it and turn it into a Mediterranean dish because I was going to make kebabs out of these originally. So I started making some curry rice. And here's a sneak peek inside the bag. They're pretty big. It reminded me of dog food originally. I was like, this looks like dog food, guys. But yeah. It was really thick beef tip, but they cook nicely, as you'll see in a little bit here. And so once they started cooking, they made their own grease.
Is all of that the grease from them?
Yeah.
Or? Okay.
Yeah. I only put a little bit of grapeseed oil in there, but the majority of that is from the beef tips when it started to thaw in the pan. And on the other side, here's my squash with some onions. Wish I seasoned that squash a little bit more, but I didn't.
You said you wish you seasoned it?
Yeah, because now looking back on it and actually tasting it, it was a little bland.
Oh, okay. So what about the product, like that?
Oh, inside here, like I said, it made its own grease. It's really nice. I took a bite out of it. They taste delicious, like almost like mini steak tips or something almost. So here's me making a kebab.
So what?
With the roasted potatoes.
Okay, but we're reviewing the product, baby. So what would you give this?
Oh, out of 10.
Yeah.
8 or 9 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is the reason for that?
It had a really nice flavor. It's seasoned well. It's really thick. That's the inside of it. Now you guys can see. The only thing was just they were kind of thick, like too thick almost, and it made it so you really couldn't stretch the product. Like if you could really only get one meal out of it unless you cooked them all, cut them in half, and then used them for another thing. So if they maybe made the product a little bit smaller and put more into the package, you'd be able to stretch meals further.
Okay.
That was it.
Stop. Alright guys, so there you have it. Thanks so much for watching. Please make sure that you subscribe and leave a comment down below and let us know what you think of these products, if you've tried them, how you feel about them. And that's all. I hope you guys enjoyed our review. And as always, please be blessed, please remain stress-free, and like I said earlier, please do not forget to subscribe. Thank you guys so much for being a loyal 170. You guys used to be a loyal 160, but I see that growth out there. So thank you all so much. As always, be blessed and remain stress-free. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.